guys out, but I thought I'd read them so you'd get my first impression on camera. So hopefully I pick some good ones. I'm just filming this at night. I don't have any makeup on or anything. And I'm in my pajamas, so please excuse that. I thought I would light this skull candle that I bought. You can see it in my Halloween painting and Halloween haul video that I did a couple weeks ago. But I thought it would kind of set the spooky, scary mood for the video. Oh, ouch. Hopefully that's alright. Okay, let's see what we've got. By the way, I will put the links to these websites in the description box to credit, because I'm not coming up with these stories, obviously. This is from HuffPost. 12 terrifying ghost stories you shouldn't read alone. Well, I am alone. But I guess I've got you guys. Okay, I'll just read the first one. A couple of months ago, my friend's cousin, a single mother, bought a new cell phone. After a long day of work, she came home, placed her phone on the counter, and went to watch TV. Her son came to her and asked if he could play with her new phone. She told him not to call anyone or mess with text messages, and he agreed. At around 11:20, she was drowsy, so she decided to tuck her son in and go to bed. She walked to his room and saw that he wasn't there. She then ran over to her room to find him sleeping on her bed with the phone in his hand. Relieved, she picked her phone back up from his hand to inspect it. Browsing through it, she noticed only minor changes such as a new background, banner, etc. But then she opened up her saved image pictures. She began deleting the pictures he had taken until only one new picture remained. When she first saw it, she was in disbelief. It was her son sleeping on her bed, but the picture was taken by someone else above him, and it showed the left half of an elderly woman's face. Ooh, spooky. That is scary. That one's called the cell phone. Let me find. Okay, this one. Sorry if I'm a bit breathy. This one is called The Following. My older sister has a ghost that's followed her around for years. I lived with her once for about 3 months, and so much weird stuff happened in that time. All my sister would say to me when I mentioned it was that her ghost didn't like me being there. Things like going to bed with everything locked up and switched off, and waking up in the morning with the back door open, lights on, and the kettle switched on. One night my sister and I were getting ready to go out, and I asked to borrow her liquid foundation. I used it and put it back where she kept her makeup. 10 minutes later, she's asking me for it, and it was nowhere to be seen. She's accused me of taking it and made me buy her a new one and refused to listen to my side of the story. About a year or so later, when she was back box was in a zipped up suitcase that was underneath her bed. But probably the most scared I ever felt was one afternoon when I was the only one in the house, which never happened as 4 other people lived there. I'd arrived home from work and headed straight to the bathroom. All the doors / windows, etc. were closed. I was standing in the bathroom and started squeezing a pimple on my chin when a female voice in the hall said, "Stop picking your zits." It was loud enough and sounded real enough, and at the time I thought it was my sister. So I laughed, told her to fuck off, and asked what she was doing for dinner. No answer. I stuck my head out in the hall. No one there. I searched the house top to bottom and there was no one home. I sat out on the front porch until someone else got home because I didn't want to be in there alone. Oh, that is scary. That is so creepy. Me personally, I've never had any ghost encounters, so lucky for me. I do scare easily though. I'm quite a jumpy person. That's just my dog. Got scared for a moment. Just reading these by myself in the middle of the night is a bit scary. But yeah, luckily I've never had to face an actual ghost or anything. But I like horror movies. Anyway, this next one is called The Whispers. The Whispers, The Whispers, The Whispers. Okay. This is a story I do not tell often. I promise sincerely that this has scarred me for life, and although I have looked into psychological explanations for what I heard and natural explanations for what occurred, they remain unsatisfactory. When I was a child, I was scared of the dark. I swore to my mum I heard voices in it. They were not evil, but they were not familiar, and so they scared me. It was not uncommon in the middle of the night for me to wake up and hear whispers, as I would call them, when asking my mum. She figured they were just bumps in the night and typical kids' nightmare material. I tried often to explain to her that it was more than that, and that they sounded different from one another, the way people's voices do. Or some nights I would get so scared from these whispers that I would sleep in my mum's bed with her. It was an added bonus that the bathroom was directly outside of her bedroom door for the late night tingles. I should add at this point, oh this is long, didn't realize, that's alright. I should add at this point that when walking out into the hall to go to the bathroom, you looked directly down the stairs that would lead you into my living room on the first floor, as my mum's bedroom was on the second floor. On one such night, around Christmas, I awoke and felt the need to relieve myself. I walked out from the door and distinctly heard the phrase, "Look." And to my astonishment, a red light, almost like a spotlight, was cast upon the wall at the very bottom of the stairs. The light had no other source. It was by itself, and I was transfixed by it. Being a little kid, and it only being a few days from Christmas, I knew what this light was. It was Santa. How else could he get into my house to know I was being a good boy? I was so excited I began walking down the stairs to greet him, picking up my pace after the second step. so excited I began walking down the stairs to greet him, picking up my pace after the second step, as it began to creep off the wall and fade into the darkness in my living room. That's when I heard him, a very strong, masculine voice, different from the first. Not at all like my father's. Not to say he isn't masculine, it was just distinctively different. It said, "Stop, right now, go back up those stairs." I listened, turned around, and what happened next, I'm not sure I would believe if someone had told me the same story. After reaching the top of the stairs, I heard a loud crash that sent me running back to my mother's bed, where I jumped straight under the covers and stayed there the whole night. When we woke up the next morning, the poinsettia lights, I don't know if I said that right, little Christmas flower lights that glowed red, my mother had put on the railing down the stairs, were pulled straight down to the bottom of the stairs, some broken from what seemed like a forceful tear, laying in a single pile. The dry sink in my living room had fallen from the wall. My mother could not explain it. My father was worried we had been the victims of a home invasion. My sister was crying. There was nothing missing. Nobody had broken in. There did not seem to be any reason that this had happened. And then I saw it, and I kept quiet about it because I was so afraid that I could not force words out of my mouth. There, on the edge of the wooden dry sink, which had been facing up, were 3 indentations where the finish on the wood had been torn, almost as if in a forceful grip. Something down there had grabbed it and threw it down. That was what the bang was. I was mortified. After that day, I never heard a single voice again. I do not like to imagine what was waiting downstairs for me that night, if it was anything at all, but I can tell you that the reality was something had physically acted upon 2 things in my house near the bottom of that stairwell. After this, I had never heard another whisper again, which is sad because in some ways I would have liked to thank that man that had stopped me from going down those stairs. This happened when I was 7. I'm 20 years old now, and because of this incident, I am still afraid of the dark, especially shadowy stairwells. Wow, that was creepy. Okay, the next one that I will read, they're all really long. I'll read. It's called The Grandfather. My grandfather told me this story about how one time he was sitting in a chair in front of the house when he heard his wife repeatedly calling him from inside the house. The thing is, my grandmother passed away a few years before that, but he told me that the voice was so pressing that he actually got up to look inside the house, and as soon as he got inside, he heard a loud crash behind him and turned around to see that the chair he had been sitting in moments ago had been crushed by a cast iron gutter that fell on it. If short and to the point. So I thought I'd mix the video up with some longer, medium-ish spooky stories, which is what I just did, and some shorter ones, which I'll do now. Again, I haven't read these. But I guess there's 20, but they're all 2 sentences, so I guess I can just read them all. I think these are all from Reddit, but I'm reading them off of this website that's put these all together. Okay. I hope the candle is alright there. Yeah. Number 1. I woke up to hear knocking on glass. At first, I thought it was the window until I heard it come from the mirror again. Oh, that is creepy. Number 2. The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long, rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my screams. I sat bolt upright, relieved it was only a dream. But as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open. Ooh, I just got chills. Oh, that is scary. And I've got a water right there. Hello. Just kidding. Number 3. Growing up with cats and dogs, I got used to the sounds of scratching at my door while I slept. Now that I live alone, it is much more unsettling. My dog never scratches at my door. She just cries at my door when she wants to get in. That is scary, though. Okay, number 4. In all of the time that I've lived alone in this house, I swear to God I've closed more doors than I've opened. Okay. Number 5. A girl heard her mum yell her name from downstairs, so she got up and started to head down. As she got to the stairs, her mum pulled her into her room and said, "I heard that too." Yikes. Okay. Number 6. She asked why I was breathing so heavily. I wasn't. Not that scary. Still a bit chilling though. Okay. Number 7. My wife woke me up last night to tell me there was an intruder in our house. She was murdered by an intruder 2 years ago. Sounds like a very scary dream. God. Number 8. I awoke to the sound of the baby monitor crackling with a voice comforting my firstborn child. As I adjusted to a new position, my arm brushed against my wife, sleeping next to me. Shit. Oh, that is creepy. That is so creepy. Oh my god. That reminds me of, in the movie Annabelle, I think, when they have their baby, and there's like, on the baby monitor, there's like a figure in the room or something. I like horror movies, but I don't like watching them by myself, and this is kind of like that. Number 9. I always thought my cat had a staring problem. She always seemed to fixate on my face. Until one day when I realized unless it's 1 a.m. and you're home alone. Ooh. Okay, that was number 10. This is number 11. I was having a pleasant dream when what sounded like hammering woke me up. After that, I could barely hear the muffled sound of dirt covering the coffin over my own screams. Oh my god. I know it's like so rare that it's basically impossible to be buried alive these days in a coffin. But apparently being buried alive used to happen quite a lot a long time ago, but still. Number 12. I can't sleep, she whispered, crawling into bed with me. I woke up cold, clutching the dress she was buried in. Ooh, God, okay. Number 13. I begin tucking him in. Sorry, let me start again. Number 13. I begin tucking him into bed and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement and see him, another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." Oh, that is so creepy. Oh my god. God. How are you guys doing? Oh, I'm creeped out. Okay. Number 14. Maybe I'm just a wuss. Maybe I'm just a scaredy cat. Number 14. You get home tired after a long day's work and ready for a relaxing night alone. You reach for the light switch, but another hand is already there. Dun dun dun. I added that part. Number 15. I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear, and it's so dark all the time. If I knew it would be this lonely, I would have been cremated instead. Ooh, another buried alive type thing. That is my worst nightmare. Oh my god. Okay. Number 16. She went upstairs to check on her sleeping toddler. The window was open and the bed was empty. Oh, that's sad. Sorry, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of in, no one's gonna know what I'm talking about, but in Ghostbusters 2, when, what's her name? Sigourney Weaver, when she has a baby in the second movie, it gets kidnapped by a ghost. Similar to that. Like the window's open and the bed's empty. And then Sigourney Weaver crawls out onto the ledge and sees her baby being taken away by this ghost. It's actually scary in the movie, but it's funny to think about. Sorry, little tangent I went on. Number 17. I never go to sleep, but I keep waking up. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I don't really get how that's scary. Anyway, number 18. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her routine. After working a hard day, I came home to see my girlfriend cradling our child. I didn't know which was more frightening, seeing my dead girlfriend and stillborn child, or knowing that someone broke into my apartment to place them there. Oh my god. That is scary. Jeez. Okay. Number 20, which is the last scary story. I mean, it's not really a story, it's 2 sentences. There was a picture in my room of me sleeping. I live alone. I've heard that one before, but that is creepy. God. Well, I hope you guys got a bit spooked, or if not spooked, then hopefully you got to relax a little bit. I am probably not going to be able to sleep now, but that is alright. They were pretty scary. Or maybe I'm just a pussy. Or again, maybe I'm just really weak and find things scary that aren't actually that scary. But I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I hope everybody has a very happy Halloween. Or I should say, I hope everyone has a scary Halloween. I've got my trick or treat sign up there on my bed. So yeah, in honor of Halloween, I hope you enjoyed these spooky stories. Anyway, I will see